They think they've won, that they've broken me, torn apart the last remnants of what I used to be, what I dared to dream. They laugh in their little safe zones, hiding behind their false sense of power as though they're untouchable, but they're wrong. So damn wrong. They think they know me, but they never did. While they waste their time in their comfortable little bubbles, clinging to the illusion that they're strong, I've been using every damn rock they threw at me to sharpen myself, to make myself harder, sharper. They should have finished me when they had the chance. That was their first and final mistake. They like to wear their arrogance like armor, strutting around as if the world belongs to them, as if they're invincible. But that's a lie, a joke they tell themselves to sleep at night. They've never been through the real stuff, the pain, the blood, the broken bones. They've never felt what it's like to have the world collapse on top of you and still find a way to get back up. That's who I am. I am that choice, the choice to rise when everything tells you to stay down, to keep fighting when surrender feels like the only option. I don't bend, I don't break, I break them. I take what's mine, and I make no damn apologies for it. They think they've seen the worst of me. They haven't even scratched the surface. Before, I was just a shadow, a whisper of the storm I could become. But now I am the storm they never saw coming. I am the nightmare they can't escape. Every step they take, every breath they draw will remind them that they're running from me. And when I get there, they'll know. They'll remember why they should have feared me from the start. I don't care about their rules, their codes, their so-called morals. That's for the weak. The ones who have to make excuses for their failures, hide behind nice words. Me, I live by my own law. Strength, power, survival. And I answer to no one but myself. There's no mercy left in me. No compassion. I do what I do because it's who I am. They made me like this. They took everything from me, thinking it would break me. But instead, it forged something unstoppable, something they can't contain. I don't forgive, and I don't forget. Every insult, every betrayal, every injury. It all fuels the fire inside me, makes me stronger. They've been feeding that fire, thinking they could put it out. But all they've done is make it burn hotter, more dangerous. And now it's going to burn everything they've built to the ground. They can run, they can hide, they can beg for mercy, but none of that will save them. I'll be everywhere they go, in their thoughts, in their dreams, in every shadow they turn from. Every whisper of the wind will remind them that I'm coming. By the time they realize what's happening, it'll be too late. There's no turning back now, no compromise, no surrender, no negotiating with fate. They can't stop what's coming. They never could. Pain teaches. Fear teaches. And I will be the lesson they never wanted, but the lesson they deserve. They used to think they were the hunters. They used to think they were in control. But now they'll get a taste of what it's like to be the prey. I've watched them from the shadows long enough. Let them believe they were safe. Let them think they had the power. But not anymore. That time is over. The shadows don't hide me anymore. They are me. Every time they feel a chill down their spine, every time they look over their shoulder, they'll know I'm right there waiting. I've been watching them for far too long, waiting for the moment when I could show them what real power looks like. That time is now. They should have left me alone. They should have stayed in their little bubbles, minding their own damn business. But no, they couldn't. They had to poke the bear. They had to challenge the one thing they could never understand. And now they'll pay for it. I am the fire they never saw coming, the storm they never prepared for. And when it hits, it will break everything they've ever known. No mercy, no forgiveness, no compromise. They'll beg for their lives, but all they'll hear is silence. The silence of their destruction. I will burn their world to ash. And when it's all gone, when their empire of lies is nothing but dust, they'll know. They'll know it was me. They'll know they brought it all on themselves. They made me this way. And now, they'll get everything that's coming to them. Every last bit of it. They've fed the fire for too long. Now it's time for them to burn. They can despise me, they can spit my name like poison, it doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, I am what I am. And it's their doing. They built this. They shaped me. And now I wear it like a second skin, unshakable and unyielding. No remorse, no rewinds, just raw, unstoppable force. But they still don't see it, do they? They still cling to their illusions, thinking there's a way out, that somehow, someway they'll slip through the cracks and avoid what's coming. Fools. I'm done with their games, their pathetic little rules. They've never even had the spine to face mine. They think there's a loophole, some hidden trick that'll save them at the last second. But they don't realize this isn't some game they can rewrite. The story was sealed the moment they stepped into my path. Their fate? Locked. Every second they've got left, every breath they draw is borrowed time. And soon enough, the debt's coming due. They'll try to rally, gather up the scraps of courage they've kept buried deep inside their hollow chests. They'll huddle together like scared little animals, thinking their numbers will protect them. Numbers mean nothing to me. Fear doesn't touch me. I don't need an army. I don't need anyone. My power is in my solitude. My strength grows every time they think they've found a way to slow me down. Every time they whisper their empty hopes into each other's ears. It just makes the end that much sweeter. Because hope is the first thing I'll crush. Before I tear apart everything they hold dear, I'll make sure they know what true despair feels like. They've never stood against anything like me. They think they've seen darkness, but they don't have a clue. Not the kind of darkness that swallows you whole, wraps around you, and squeezes until you can't breathe, until you're begging for light that'll never come. They'll plead for an escape any way out, but by the time they understand the truth that there is no escape, it'll already be over. They'll sink into that same void they laughed at and mocked like it could never touch them. It'll drag them under, and they won't even have the strength to scream. That's when they'll feel it, the weight of fear. The cold, suffocating grip around their throats. That's when they'll know they've met their reckoning. And when it's done, when the dust settles and the echoes of their panic have faded into silence, they'll look around and see nothing. Nothing but the ruins of what they used to be. They'll look up and see me standing there untouched, unbroken, unmoved. No pity, no regrets, no mercy. They'll see what they could never become: unbreakable, relentless, unstoppable. And in that moment, as they stare up from the pit I threw them into, they'll finally understand. This isn't just revenge. This isn't just retribution. This is the truth they ran from their whole lives. I am the peak they could never reach. I am the end of their world. And there's nothing left for them now but the fall. No compassion. No second chances. I owe them nothing. They took everything from me, and I rebuilt myself from the ashes of their betrayal. Stronger, colder, more dangerous than they ever imagined. And now I'm taking it all back. Everything they value, everything they think they own, I'll rip it from their grasp piece by piece until there's nothing left but their screams. They'll remember me not as the person they tried to break, but as the force they unleashed. The shadow that consumed them. And when it's all over, when their world is nothing but dust, they'll know one thing: I wasn't just their end. I was their consequence. I'll win because I have no other choice. They've stripped me of everything else, left me with nothing but the drive to rise. And when I do, when I stand victorious, they'll understand that every choice they made, every step they took, brought them here. Into this. To me. They'll learn, oh, they'll learn. And as the darkness wraps them up, as it pulls them into the abyss, they'll finally get it. There's no undoing this. No apologies for what I've become. Not now. Not ever.